In this video session, I would like to explain about the syllabus of Theory of Machines 1. In, uh, in this video session, I would like to discuss about Unit 1 topics that will be covered. Basically, Theory of Machines 1 is related to the kinematics of machinery. That means we are going to discuss about the velocity, acceleration, and displacement of various linkages that will be in relative motion with each other. So the first unit will be consisting of defining the terminology of mechanisms and definition of a machine. Definition of machine. So in the mechanisms, we are not going to discuss about the reason of the motion. That means the reason of motion is force. When you are considering the reason of motion, that is force, it is called a machine. Without considering the force, if you are just discussing about the relative motion between the elements, then it's called a mechanism. So here, it is terminology will be defining, and then degrees of freedom. Of mechanism, degrees of freedom of mechanism, and then we will be discussing about the different types of mechanisms. Different types of mechanisms. And in the different types, we have 4-bar slider crank, double slider, mechanisms, and inversions of mechanisms. Inversions mechanisms. Inversions of 4-bar mechanism, inversions of slider crank mechanism, inversions of double slider mechanism. And we are going to discuss about the feasibility of mobility of mechanism. So this is all we are going to discuss in the unit number 1, and this particular unit requires for thorough completion of the understanding for the about mechanisms and machines. We need 8 classes to 12 classes. So in each and every class, apart from definitions, we are going to look into several application of mechanisms. Application of mechanisms. Like the application of mechanisms like slider crank motion of IC engine, steam engine slider crank motion, bell crank lever, and then elliptical trammer. Like that, there are several applications of it. So basically, we can plan to complete this particular portion in 8 to 12 classes, and in these 8 classes, we can conduct tutorial classes. 2 tutorial classes. So 2 tutorial classes we can conduct. In these 2 tutorial classes, we will be just solving the problems of inversions of mechanisms and time ratio and forward stroke, return stroke, something like that we can discuss, and then we can solve our problems, numerical problems in these 2 tutorial classes. And one class, we can discuss nearly 20 to 30 multiple choice questions. Multiple choice questions. So this is about the theory of machines 1, unit number 1. And in unit number 2, we'll be discussing about the velocity and acceleration diagrams of mechanisms. Uh, so we'll discuss that unit number 2 in other video session. And in unit number 3, we'll be discussing about synthesis of mechanisms. That means for obtaining certain velocity and acceleration characteristics, what should be the dimensions of the mechanisms that we should go for? That is synthesis of mechanisms. And then we have CAMS, CAM kinematics, that is one unit. So synthesis will be unit number 3 and CAMS will be unit number 4 and unit number 5 will be governors. So this is all about unit 5 will be gates and gate trends. Gates and gate trends, like that we'll see. We'll see that in other video sessions. Separate video session for unit 2, separate video session for unit 3, separate video session for unit 4 and unit 5. So that's what I would like to discuss in this small video session. Thank you very much.